how many customs do we have in this pool? I honestly, like, it's actually not that many, but I think they're very hype. They're like the extremely hype customs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got 8 customs. 8 customs sitting in here. The majority of which are in the first half of the pool, actually, but that's the extent of the information we're going to be giving you now. In terms of mappers, you might be seeing quite a few mappers that you don't immediately associate with Corsace, and also some names you might not have seen for a while, both in the customs and the non-custom department.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, we're gonna have some nice surprises in some of the song departments. You're gonna see some songs that you know, you may not normally hear. Some that are very familiar, some that have been done to death, but also some that are you know, a little new. And I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a style variation too. Half, I do know that you're very excited for this as well because you have at least one song in this pool.
Don't give these guys too many ideas, right?
Yeah, he made the maps.
All I'm saying is I haven't had a custom in any of the previous pools yet, so that's all I'm saying there. But yeah, I'm excited to see you know, what these players are going to do, right? It's like our top 3 is going to be what, Zudinator, Mathy, and Utami, right? Like that is going to be a match. Those are going to be some matches. So obviously,
wait, Utami versus Mathy happened already, right?
Yes, we're going to get a rematch. Yeah.
Oh so, man.
We'll go more in depth a little bit later as we get some of our more skilled color casters out of the benches and onto these matchups. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, but that'll be after we talk about maps and such.
Yep. Still seeing if we are ready to go yet. It appears we are not, but In terms of like, I also think this is like a great pool as well because considering the 3 players that are left, I think it's pretty balanced. I honestly, like, some people might say, oh, Zuni skill cap, but I think there are actually quite a few like really good Zuni picks in this pool, and it's definitely not going to be like, oh, we know this guy's gonna win and we know that like one of them is just gonna run out of picks or something, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say it's gonna be a pretty even field. I don't know. There's a good mix, right? So normally it's like it's kind of weird because last year I think we had the opposite where it's just, you know, everything kind of you know, crept on tapping. So it's just, you really needed that top end speed to be able to survive the later matches. But if we think about last year's matchup, it may not have really been that case because it's like, you know, I think the player with that was more traditionally known as the aim player ended up winning, right? He came out on top. So
yeah. Oh boy, my voice.
It just goes to show, right? Like it's like if you're just that good of a name player, like you can close the gap even if there's some picks that you just can't get points on, right? So
yeah. Well, we're ready now. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. That's right. My boy Alden coming out here with the No Mod 1 Survive Cut version. Welcome, Amarakia. What a good song. This is 220 BPM, unhinged No Mod 1 in every single way. It even has slider aim. Can you imagine that?
Wow, so we have aim for your aim, right? So this is a big upgrade in terms of difficulty compared to last week's, right? Where it's like you actually had a decent bit of flow aim. Some of the streams got a little long, and they definitely had some spacing, even on some of the 1/3s. And so, I mean, this one's kind of no different, right? So you got, you know, your raw aim. It actually trades the pattern aim for some more of these like higher spacing bursts.
Yeah, there's some of the bursts in this map are actually like really funny. Like quite spaced, I'm not gonna lie. And you know, classic Alden map, when he makes a no mod 1, there is still a little bit of slider stuff going around. It's honestly a very cool style. I hugely respect it. Oh, I like how the, you know, you see the plus sign sliders? They're like the two things at the bottom left of the screen, you know, like the graphic design.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Trust me, my man Alden did not disappoint here, right? So we got to watch all these little charms he put into this map as he speed mapped in 12 hours. I don't know if that counts as speed map, but definitely we chained him down. We were like, we need the Alden no mod 1. If you guys know anything about Alden, that is, you know, a veteran tournament player right there.
Yeah,
known for his raw aim.
My man from like 2014 be like, commentators are wrong. I'm not this one guy, but hey, it's okay. Yeah, this map is 8.57 stars. I think on new system it's like 8.3 something. So I guess that may be more reasonable, but
I mean,
me when the oh yeah, this is a great pattern. Look at that cross screen diamond.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, rap part time. This part is very nice, although not too difficult to play, with just a couple 220 burst streams.
Yeah, you just wanted that that rap part to break up this J-rock monotony. I see how it is.
Hey, it's a good stamina recovery, I guess.
I mean, I'm hoping you don't need to recover too much stamina on a map like this. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, your right hand needs to rest too, you know.
Nah, you don't need that. This is Oxy's an aim game. Like, imagine
anyways,
having infinite aim stamina.
Alden doing his Canadian brethren a little favor with this one. We love cross screens.
And there it is. That's the real one. There's your Corsace Closed slider. Like,
yep, the one with the extra plus sign. Oh,
yep.
No way.
Yep. Like, so this goes beyond the Corsace Open logo featured in prior customs, and it's just there as the Corsace Closed slider debut.
Yep, and yes, it is a cut version, and actually is not very long in the length department compared to some other no mod ones you might know and love. It's only just over 3 minutes, so not so much of a consistency map.
Yeah. Well, anyways, onto the no mod 2. We have you guys may have heard this song already. By accident. So funny enough, that was not actually this map. It was a completely different one by Zero. But there's a reason these got swapped, and that's because we didn't want to pull the same song twice for no mod 2, right?
Yeah, the Zero one was gonna be used last round, yeah. But we switched it to the Zegzar one. Not the loved one, but a completely different one. This is indeed 8 stars, 215 BPM. The Japanese version of the song, which some people consider to be actually inferior. I don't know what my opinion is, to be honest, but hey, whatever.
I don't know, here's my opinion. If I can understand the lyrics, the song is worse. So there's my hot take on.
Is that why you like Mongolian throat singing?
Wait, what? What the heck is that? No, anyways. So yeah, this is the original version, I think, of the song you may know as "Embraced by the Flame," and yeah, it's Japanese.
Yep. Original song from the Toho game with the best music, 11, Subterranean Animism. Lullaby of Deserted Hell. The original song sounds nothing like this. It's a very calm and sorrowful theme. You might see that this map actually has quite a few jumps as well, which is, you know, a little bit of a departure from the traditional No Mod 2, such as this part here with PP jumps.
Yeah, I mean, they're PP jumps anyway. Oh no, well, maybe not. But well, we don't talk about that. Anyways, yeah, so about the streams, we have, we went back up in BPM, right? So we actually had 210 or so for the semifinals. Finals, we actually dropped 10 BPM, and now we're back up another 10, right? So we're at 215, long streams, very stamina taxing, and quite a bit of flow aim as
well. Anyways. No mod 2 players. Who wins this? Who is the best? No, oh wait, Otami by far. But what about like? Oh yeah, this is a little too fast. Maybe Zuni could probably not do it. It's like 215.
This is like
it's really fast. All no mod 2 maps are actually aimed.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, that is actually how the kind of meta shifted. So it ended up being, before it's like they were trying to have Nomad 2 be stamina streams and flow aim, but now it's just kind of a flow aim because now you get some weird aim control in the alt slot, and so the stamina is in Nomad 5 or a DT slot instead. So that's kind of how that works.
Disclaimer: that's not a BMD map, by the way. That's a Zegzar map. You know, the guy who makes a PP system. Okay, no mod 3 time. Now this is like probably one of the spiciest maps in the whole tournament, which is weird because considering it's no mod. But I don't know. You guys are not ready. That's right. It's Elvis. 164 BPM alt map.
Okay, this is unhinged. This is so unhinged. But yeah, you guys know that that Azura or like Asphyxia, those Koshu knee maps that were popping up a couple years ago. Yeah, so same mapper, and same BPM as Azure, more or less. We have 168 BPM alt map. This is never before. Actually, no, it's 164. Never, but yeah, never before really seen for this high on an alt map. Kind of.
This is that's when you lose your breath, basically. Asphyxia. Anyways, yeah, so this might remind you of something like, for example, like Condemnation Wings. Was it 1 or 2? It's like that map, but you know, like way faster BPM and not super massive jumps.
Hey, look, what makes that map for me is the death stream in the guitar solo. This does not have that, so
yeah, it's true.
Wings. Maybe same kind of song though, Daisuke Ishiwatari. So
yep.
That
man.
Gamer.
Blaze Blue, however you pronounce it. Good fighting game. I've never played it though. I suck at fighting games. But yeah, honestly, the music is kind of like so banging that I kind of want to.
The music is why Elvis keeps coming back, right? So he goes on his fighting game arc, plays the just owns, and then he's like, I want to map these songs, and so he just comes in.
I heard Daisuke Ishiwatari is like a really cool dude. Anyways, he like posts on Twitter a lot or something.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't use Twitter that much.
Yeah. So this will be kind of special, right? It's definitely a lot more flow aim heavy, as you would expect of a higher BPM, ult map like this. But it still has enough weirdness because of the mapper, right? So you will get your share of aim control here. Mm-hmm. None of this awkward aim DT1 stuff that we had like last year or was common for quite a while. This is your flow aim control stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just beautiful seeing some of these streams though. I really like that.
Oh, nice slider. We love guitar solos.
Guitar solos are the best, yes.
That might be my favorite thing to do, like with slider art, is like whenever there's like a sick guitar solo and they just shred the one note and let it reverberate, and you just use that to make slider art. It's the coolest thing in the entire universe.
It's alright.
Yeah. Oh, the difficulty name? I'm not sure if we see it, but the difficulty name is you ban this in CC 2022 or something like that. I want this to be played. Holy crap.
You gotta treat me there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this replayer is making this map really playable though. I do appreciate that.
By the way, this map is a nerfed version. The original one, the original difficulty is actually on the posted beat map ID once we see that. So once we get that in there. But yeah, there's that. Half slash. I'm sure you're very excited about the next map because you made it.
Are you sure about that? I think you missed a number.
Check CC commentator.
What?
I said that on stream, didn't I? Anyways, yeah. Sorry, I forgot what number comes after 3. Let's just go to number 5.
What? Wait, what? Oh, hey, I know this map. Man, I just got played. Woo!
Anyways,
yeah.
Oh look, it's more Undead Corporation. What the hell? No way, man.
True. These pullers are griefing, right? Like having 2 Undead Corp maps in no mod. Like, what are you doing?
Dude. Mappers are griefing. Like, Mappers are griefing. They like actually forgot a map. What the hell?
So
I wonder why they did that.
Actually, so true. So
we couldn't find a map in time. Like, we actually couldn't find a map in time. So like, this pool doesn't have any no mod 4s. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
Don't say anything. We'll tell you later what happened.
Right. So, yeah, about this map, right? No mod 5. So it is tapping depth. So 260 BPM, just a slight increase over last week, but a lot more dense. So this was not so much about the consistent like aim strain along with the bursts, and instead it's just going to be kind of, you have like some kind of flowy stuff in between these like really dense sections. Sometimes it gets kind of crazy, right? So.
Yeah. In a way, I actually think that this map is actually kind of similar to the Yaspo map from last week, honestly, except that it's like 260 BPM now.
I mean, that's because we're both on Tinder.
Yeah, I mean, you two map these two maps in particular are pretty similar in style, I would say.
Hey, look, you can't just say that just because we have squares in here. Come on, bro.
Okay, hey, brother.
Look, I'm just saying, Zelk was the initial squareable mapper. Come on, like, never let that.
He also mapped a lot of Undead Corporation.
Yeah, he was doing the work, so I didn't have to. So bless Zelk for that.
White squareable. But yeah, 260 BPM, that's pretty fast. I don't think we've really gone that high for No Mod 5 before. Oh wait, no, last year it was 270.
Yeah, this map is still probably harder than I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, honestly, that one was like really mashing.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, this is 260, but it's for nearly 4 minutes, right? So there is just, and it's like, even though there's like a few more sliders than the Yaspo one, it's not like, the Yaspo one had calm sections. This one's calm sections last like 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to then go back into doing single tap stuff, to then prepare for bursts, and then it's like, oh,
yeah. And to make up for the No Mod 1 not being so long, this map is also quite long. Although No Mod 3 was also really, really long, so I mean, we had a consistently pretty long map so far.
No, this is just length of the social construct game, honestly. That's
yeah, time doesn't exist. Time is just speed up time in your head. Just that easy.
Yeah, you just gave me a lesson from this one No Mod 2 I saw a while ago. Temporal anomaly nickname.
Oh, shut up! No! Ugh! I'm mad. No, don't bring that up ever again.
I'm sorry. Wait, do you even remember that map?
Of course I do. What the hell?
Unlucky.
Literally, also was an anomaly. Anyways, nobody in the chat knows what we're talking about, but
I don't even think you know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, whatever.
All right. I got you.
Anyways, That should be about it. Squareable. Squareable at the very end. Epic. Very fun. Oh! Oh, here it comes, here it comes. Oh boy, no mod 6. Oh boy. Yeah, once you see the person who made this map, you'll know exactly what to expect.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
I think let's just get into this one right now.
That's right, yet another map of conflict. Look who's that.
You know, yeah, there is another one, so YF made it, but this is not your family-friendly YF map. This is none other than the CEO of Osu, IO Exception, coming in hot. This is a map. Where do we start here?
I'm just gonna say, this map used to be way harder. You know what? I kind of wish IO would just upload the unnerfed version, because I need people to see like the absolute glory that is the unnerfed version of this map.
Hey, it's fine. This one's glorious too. So yeah, so this map is, you know, we went for a low AR sort of no mod 6. I believe the AR is wrong, so it's actually
it's 8.3, I believe.
8.3, yeah, so it's one of that. It's like 8.3 or 8.4, and so it's kind of like that with some pretty hard aim control. Reading kind of exists in like small forms, but it's not anywhere near as reading heavy as semifinals one, for example. So.
Yep. Anyways, thank you, CEO of Osu. This part is actually so troll-faced. Look at those sliders. We love. Oh, this is the hardest hat in the map, actually.
No, this is easy. No, okay, well this is where you just die if you overtap. So have fun.
This part also used to be way harder. With the stack leaning C0, it was actually unreadable. But yeah, your cursor needs to be very controlled and going in the exact right places at the exact right. LFG! That's right. Screaming tennis ball.
Pretty much.
You know the image I'm talking about. But yeah, so much snap aim, and snap and flow aim is really the name of the game on this one, and reading.
Pretty much. Other than that, yeah, that's what you got.
Dude, this is actually the No Mod 4, guys.
Oh, so true, dude. Nah, I don't know when we're gonna get No Mod 4 is that cool.
Yep. Anyways, iconic song. Iconic song. We love a little bit of conflict in our house. Apparently, I'm getting information that the replay that you just watched was for also an easier version of the map. I believe that the actual version of the map is harder. So you'll be seeing some stuff in the matches next week, I guess. I hope it gets picked. But anyways, moving on, we get Hidden Time. Apparently we buffed it, but Hidden Time. Dada? What? I didn't think Dada made difficult maps. No way. Anyways.
No way.
Yep, Masa map. I believe that there is a map by Yales or whatever that's loved of this song. Anyways, like a continuation of the old Kitsu no Yomeiri song. Something Dada. Nice slider. Same BPM, 240 BPM, pattern aim, air 9. Kind of like last week's, but it's like 240 BPM, so have a lot of fun. Oh, it's actually 9.2 now. Oh.
Yeah. The 9 was a little too unhinged, right? These patterns are kind of nutty, as we can kind of see here, so.
Paying homage to a fellow Brazilian mapper with those squares.
Woo. Look at that camaraderie.
This is a Zooty map. This is what I was saying. Like, this is such a Zooty map. Like, what can I say?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. So.
Yeah, and luckily the speed element on this one is like nothing more than a couple triples here and there, so No speed abusing on this one. And yes, it is custom. Well, I mean, actually, it kind of goes without saying. No one else has seen this map before. The original background of this map was really funny. I'm not gonna disclose what it was, but it's not like it's NSFW or anything. It's just really funny.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's kind of like your standard awkward aim map. It's just got some less modern patterns, more squares, and less 1-2 stuff.
Is this one of those? Is this one of those not like more difficult for Japanese player kind of map? Luckily, we don't have any, so.
I'm not sure. I don't know Japanese, so like,
yeah.
That might be my lyrical bias.
So true. Usually these songs have some very disturbing lyrics based in Japanese folklore that I don't have anything, and like I don't know anything about. I mean, that's what the original song was, right? I don't know, something like that. This is the type of aim you'll never enjoy playing. So true. Could not be said better by one of the players who was in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Zudi would enjoy this. I believe we're coming up to the end of the map. This slider part is like pretty much just like an outro kind of thing. Or no, maybe not. Nope.
No, definitely not. No, nope. Otherwise, this wouldn't exist, right?
Still very long. Oh boy. Does this map ever end? It's 4 minutes!
Yeah, it does.
That's all I can say.
The thing is, it has like a more endless feeling to it, just because like of the nature, right? It's just kind of like a rap song, right?
It doesn't have too many breaks, yeah, either.
Non-stop syllables, like doesn't ever feel like it ends. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and also I guess song bias as well. If it doesn't change very much, it does feel like longer. Yeah.
I know. I certainly felt like I'm like, wait, this is like a 6-minute song. Like, what are we still doing here? Like, we've already talked about the map. What?
Induce anxiety in the players. Just like if you want to like tilt your opponent ahead of time, especially if you're Zudi, just tilt the opponent ahead of time and picking this and having them just get anxiety for 4 minutes. Anyways, there's that. Now you guys might be surprised to see that the next map might look a little bit familiar because it's actually by the same mapper. No way. Dada. Making AR8 hidden. Interestingly enough, this is technically the same BPM as well because this map is in 1.3 and or like 1.3 and it's 160 BPM. But if you do the math, that's actually 240. So it's grid night. The gimmick is that this map was made on a grid.
I mean, I think that's kind of obvious, right?
This is indeed KTG Sir on Dada's account. We kind of needed this map at the last moment because this map was from Coffee Hispanic as well, by the way, in their grand finals, and it was probably too hard for that tournament. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, grid map, AR8 reading, CS5 as well. Lots of overlaps, obviously linear patterns. Very old style, you know, vintage kind of map.
Alright, so Hidden 4 needs to be a Dada map so that we can have like a perfect mirror to Impure Pug DT pool in Corsace.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting, right? So you see, you know, think of when you think of Dada maps, right? You're thinking like Umineko, DT, like 2,
yeah,
3-ish type of stuff, right? Not usually thinking these like aim maps, like awkward aim maps, but that's kind of what we have here, right? So this is obviously a lot more of a reading intensive one, right? It's still low AR, so it's still like the Dada feel, but the other one's kind of out there because he doesn't usually do this concept stuff. But yeah,
y'all complaining about the memory patterns, but the Yolks probably hit them. Come on. Oh, by the way, this is AR 8.5, not 8, by the way.
Not even real AR 8 SMH.
Yeah.
Zoomer AR stuff. I mean, it's quite a contrast from last week, where last week it was actually 7.8, so that's great.
Yeah. Hey, Akoro's even saying that it doesn't look that memory intensive. It can't be that hard. Right? Anyways, enough data. I think those two maps were also kind of relatively similar style as well. Minus the AR kind of stuff and the density and the and the CS. But our next two hidden maps will definitely be very, very large contrasts. Yeah. This next one's a certified banger. Now, I mean, we had Camellia last hidden 3, so why wouldn't we do it again? That's right, Galaxy Burst time. This map is pretty much like slower map, but way more techy. Like ultra techy, actually. Really, this is basically No Mod 4. This is why we don't have a No Mod 4 in this pool, by the way. It's because we already covered it in the hidden pool. Sorry, guys. Half, are you trying to say something? I literally cannot hear you.
No. I'm in awe. I can't believe you just said that. I'm like, bro, you trying to make up for no mod like this? What are you doing?
Yeah. If you guys remember last year's hidden 3, it was Killer Beast. This is like probably not as hard as Killer Beast, to be honest, but only slightly.
Spiritual successor, you know how it is, right? So you just gotta have that like Camellia map in these kind of crazy hidden pools, right? So I mean 200 BPM, so it's not super fast, especially considering average BPM what 210, 220 now.
Yeah, by the way, this is the easiest difficulty on the set. It's not this is creation. It's not cessation or the other really difficult one. Just saying. So if you're a little bit in awe, this is the easier difficulty, and this is like definitely far from impossible, but still extremely brutal. Shout out to Zaiton. Dude, homie doesn't even have like a rank map, I think. But like, dude was like getting a little bit of praise back in the day for having some really good maps. Used to be called half deck of cards. Yeah, imagine Cessation hidden. No, Cessation is not happening. But yeah, this map is also only 201 BPM, so you know, it's not like Spin Eternally, but that map also basically didn't have any tech in it, to be honest.
Hey, it had enough. That one was more of a slider aim. This one has a lot more of a flowing focus.
That's true.
Yeah.
This map pool kind of has a long bias now that I look at it. Okay, not like later on, to be honest, but we'll see. No Mod 4 is gone. I ate No Mod 4. So true, so true. No Mod 4 should be eaten. It shouldn't exist.
Very true.
Anyway, we're coming up to the last super difficult section of this map. It is a little bit insane, to be honest. Good luck to the players on this last part, I guess. Okay, maybe not this one. The one at the very end, I remember, is a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, this part. Nice buzz sliders, nice slider streams. Have fun. I'm ready for someone to choke on that really hard. Anyways, there is that. On to Hidden 4. Hidden 4 is honestly like, I'm actually kind of surprised nobody has. Well, someone has used in a tournament before, right? I don't remember. Let's go. Whatever. It's not a custom. It is Shade, or it is Mars by Shade, mapped by LMT. This map is a very interesting take on how to map a song that's like this. It's like all, but it's just like one of those rhythm maps, but it's not like the whole thing. It's like also alt aim. But yeah, 1/6 heavy map, 1/8 as well.
Yeah, some of you guys might recognize this one since it was actually in Corsace Open 2020 as a Grand Finals free mod free pick actually, but it didn't get interacted with. So figure why are we gonna waste such a good map, right? So,
Oh really? Free mod?
Damn. Yeah, it was in free mod. I don't know if you remember the free mod picks in that pool was insane. So in terms of different modded different.
Pega. Yeah. I'm a little bit stupid.
I think the only one there was only one map in that pool that was actually properly balanced, and everything else was just, you know, appropriate for this level of difficulty.
Anyways, I just really like this map. It's like really unique, to be honest. And yes, we did need a little bit of you know, rhythm in this pool, especially since No Mod 6 is not really rhythm heavy in this pool. So I guess we decided to make up for it by putting a hidden map that had it as one of its skill sets. But it's not the only skill set involved here.
Yeah, this one's got like a good bit of flow aim. It's close to that of what you'd expect in a No Mod 6, but the difference is it's not really as speed gatey. And has a lot more of like a you know, aim control focus. So it's kind of like an alt cross with just the general finger control types. So
this was a hard rock pick in NAT, really? Holy! What the heck? Corsace Closed not hard enough? No way.
True.
Oh, they had another map in mind for this slot. I forgot what it was though. Like completely forgot.
Wasn't as good.
It was definitely too hard, but maybe it wasn't.
Who knows?
I definitely do not remember what it was though. Ooh, nice stream. Ready for some accuracy gaming on this map, to be honest.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the type of thing that Act makes a lot more of a you know, tournament on.
I just yawned. I did not sleep that well last night. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I like how there's a bit of slider stuff in this map too. It might not look super difficult, but I think it's actually kind of an element. Oh, unfortunate replay. We might see that in the matches if the players are not properly prepared. But yeah, hope you also enjoy 260 BPM bursts, although I'm sure the players can do those as well. Man, honestly, the matches are gonna be brutal with all these long maps. They're gonna really separate the people who can hang in there versus the ones that can't, right?
Yeah, the consistency requirements in general are gonna be really high. So
yeah,
especially
okay,
on these
like
longer best of 13 matches. So
that concludes our hidden pool, mix of aim and rhythm and tech with streams and stuff. But we're done with that. Hard Rock time! Oh man, Vinxus is gonna really be happy with this Hard Rock one. It's Snow Note map! Yup, let's go. Yep, I'm Your Daddy by Way Hey Hey, map by Snow Note. 225 BPM. Map that kind of has a lot of stuff going on. It's got jumps, it's got bursts, it's got even buzz sliders. Even some of those sliders are a little bit tough to aim because of the slider ticks as well. Breakcore enjoyers.
yeah, I still remember, like, there's a popular unranked of this that I used to play. I think it was by Silver Boxer.
Yeah, it's Silver Boxer, exactly.
I think that's the one that, like, Praxia used to play a bunch.
Yeah. Silver Boxer mapped a lot of really cool, like, just random breakcore maps back in the day. Now he actually has ranked maps, so that's kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, though it's just kind of interesting, right? Like back then this was a speed map, and now it's just like the general skills like floor has climbed so high that this is just a consistency map. That's kind of why we see it here in Hard Rock 1. Where it's like, you know, you have like a couple triples here, right? Have like a couple like time bursts and such. It's kind of like that, but I don't think anyone can really call this a speed map, right? Like unless your left-handed is disease or something. But
It's just got a lot of stuff in it. The second half of the map, I would say, is generally a little bit less fame heavy than the first one. Like after this section, I believe. But yeah, no, this is it's a map by the one and only Snow Note, which I know Vince is a huge fan of. So this is 8.11 stars as well. Yeah, like no slouch. This is no mod 4. Yeah. Yeah, this part is definitely more aim head focused, as you can see. A little bit less on the 1/4s now. I'm actually like, this map has a lot of potential to slider break as well. You can slider break on the butt sliders, you can slider break even on the long sliders, like because of the ticks. Especially if you're shaky, like really shaky.
Yeah, I actually just noticed the ticks, right? Like it's kind of crazy. It kind of reminds me of slow sections on like some of those Hard Rock 2s, where you just lose focus for a bit and then just like miss on something silly, right? Same effects with those longer sliders.
All right, coming up on the last section of the map, I believe.
I'm your daddy.
Yeah, again, mostly aim here. So it is really like a good combination map. There are parts that are more speedy, some parts that are more aimy.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I think it's just like if you can handle triples and you can handle the stream length, I think you're fine.
This sounds like burn this moment. Could be. I mean, breakcore is like kind of just like that, right? We worship aim and breaks all day, brother.
True.
I'm your daddy.
Anyways, that's that. Banger, honestly. Actually, surprisingly good map, and I was pretty happy that when I finally dug it up. I was like, damn, I forgot this map existed. It sounds like Jump Around, same artist. Anyways, Hard Rock 2. Oh boy, here comes aim. Here comes Zooty. Here comes this is definitely another Zooty pick. Anyone remember this map? Stoicism, Disco. Oh gosh, this map is so good. But yes, it is all aim. And this time it's going to be on Hard Rock, so it's going to be extra small circles. This is probably one of the most tame disco maps he's ever made, but it is definitely a very fun one.
Leave it to Disco to have some messed up CS5 pick. This is reminding me a lot. The type of aim used here reminds me a lot of the Hard Rock aim, like CS like 6.5 map that we had in finals of last year's Closed, right? Same energy, right? You just have like the stop and go like pattern aim, and then just all kinds of crazy stuff going on here.
And you got the stop and go patterns with the really slow sliders as well. You gotta really take care and make sure you're not shaky with those ones and be able to start and stop on a dime, you know?
At least everyone can kind of agree this is a bona fide aim map, right? Nothing else like it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is such a like a chill song. We needed something to counteract the action of the Hidden One and Hard Rock 1, right? Needed a good calm song to. If you haven't already, please do listen to. Oh wait, this is not even from those albums, but please listen to like Sakuzio's like jazz compositions. He has albums called like Food and Music or whatever. Amazing albums. But this one's not from that. This one's from Last Dance. What star rating is this? Is this above 8?
I 7.75
7.75.
according to old star rating. So
Yeah. I mean, small circle star rating was like really busted.
yeah, I mean I still remember last year's open star rating, for example. That was I think the map was 8 stars, and it's just like it was for a 7.8 star pool, but it was also one of the easiest maps. So gotta love that.
Yeah, but who cares about star rating? What a
Star
terrible
rating's
system.
Star rating's a social construct.
I mean, it literally is. So. Osu society. Osu really says a lot about our society. Yeah. I don't know. I would be pretty surprised if anyone FC'd this. Not gonna lie, but maybe someone like Zudi could. We will see though.
Yeah, honestly, this one could go kind of. I don't know. This is definitely a map to watch.
I think something like
Nitro
Utami
matches.
could play this really well.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he definitely has a chance. Definitely can do very well in this map.
I mean, the types of maps we're seeing, anyone can. They can all play these maps.
Yeah. Anyways, hey, Hard Rock 3 time. If you've been paying attention to the patterns we see in previous pools, you'll know that Hard Rock 3 tends to be a little bit of a, what we normally see in Fremont 2 on team tournaments, but I guess it's here now because we don't have anywhere else to put it other than Nomad 6. So yes, rhythm map time, Waveworth, Queen's Tragedy by Nekomata Man. I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but anyways. This is such a banger song and banger map. This is like pure chaos in a map, to be honest.
Yeah, so if you guys were wondering, it's like, where's the Devious Panda rhythm map? Well, here it is, right? Obviously not by Devious Panda, that would get old. We have Waveworth. He's usually, I think, made more of a name for himself on like alt BT stuff, but he's here doing the Nomad 6 thing.
This map is so chaotic. This is like, to be honest, this is like beyond Devious Panda in a lot of ways. Some of the things he does in this map are like, okay, you want to do that to the players? Okay, sure.
Yeah, so we actually had to nerf this quite a bit. So it's actually going to be a CS 3.5 version on Mappool. That's what's actually going to get played. And yeah, it's just good luck. I mean,
is this replay on 3.8?
No, I think this is on 3.5 as well. So
okay.
We initially had this as 4, and then it was just 2 unhinged. Like, you're kind of seeing some of the aim control gets a bit nutty. It's like you have to hit these
has
really
a lot of
fast. Yeah, I think it's got some 1/8 in there too, so you actually have to hit like 300 BPM triples.
300 BPM.
Then you handle some of the like 225-ish, like 1/6. So 1/6 isn't too bad. Just hitting these triples is going to be kind of nutty. Reminds me actually of Melowine's OD map from a few years ago in Corsace Open.
Man, if you haven't already listened to Nekomata Masters albums they're amazing as well. Of which there is a full version of this song too, which is a little bit nuts, right? Anyways, yeah, just your average 6-star map. Definitely a very easy map according to the star rating system. Totally, right? Very easy map.
Very easy. Anyone can play this. Totally not a reference.
Very easy. Anyone can play this.
I'm just bringing out all the Corsace references at this point.
You have tiny slider #wrecked.
Yeah. Okay. So on that note, Hard Rock 4.
Yeah, Hard Rock 4. This map, in retrospect, when I picked this map, now that I think about it, it's actually kind of not so hard, but this is just a personal favorite map of mine because it covers a lot of skill sets and at a high difficulty, at a medium BPM as well. But yeah, Psycho Mantis, Third Child, Juggernaut, renowned rhythm game artist. That's all, not too much I can say, but it's also not very long. So yeah, first we start with death streams, with large spacing a lot of the time. That's the first part of the map, essentially, here. It's not crazy slider map, thank the Lord. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
the stuff later is not that bad, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah. So this looks like a this is a small CS, and low aim sort of oriented pick. So not too much on the crazy sliders.
We also have 1-3 section where there are very large 270 BPM jumps as well.
Oh, gotta love it, man. Woo!
Yep. That's why I like it when there's like, you know, like when there's like a lot of skill sets tested by one map. It's just a small section, but if you don't have your snap, like really big snap aim down, you will break on that 1-3 part. Like Euphoria, yeah, exactly. Anyways, yeah, so we have sliders, essentially. This last part is essentially sliders and like big cross-screen snaps. And yes, this map is slightly smaller CS as well. It's 4.3 with 4.3 and then adding Hard Rock on top of that too, so yep. And then one last 1-3 section to end off the map. Some very large jumps you'll see here, especially this one. But yes, it's not Usewa like it was last year. Man, Usewa was such a good meme pick, to be honest.
Hey, it was a good real pick too, but yeah, so that's our Hard Rock pool. Onto the double times.
Oh, DT1 is probably the easiest map in the pool, and I feel so dirty saying this considering what reputation this map had about 3 years ago. Yeah, I think this is unironically the easiest map in this pool.
Nah, no way. It's this map? Oh, of course it is. Wow. Alright, so, you know, this map does not need explaining. It is very popular, it's very iconic. It appeared on a Taiko set, and you know, this was supposed to be like the guest difficulty, but this is the difficulty for this stuff, so.
Not gonna lie, this should have been last round.
10.5. 10.5, CS 4.5. It's a little different from some of the DT ones we normally see, but I'd say that combined with its length, yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, this is very long. Yeah, DT1 this how mostly just for the memes, to be honest, but I want to see some FCs. I want to see some 800 PPs in the house. Winners on PP. This on Score V1, winners on PP. So true.
You want to see an actual SS instead of like, you know.
Hey man, we want to give them a chance to be grand finals, Corsace Closed, you know, pinnacle of tournament competition.
Guess so, man. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, there is one thing that is worth noting, though. I believe that this map is above. Yeah, it's above AR 10.3. It is AR 10.5, so 9.2 with DT, right? I don't think like there's definitely none of the players have any trouble handling that, but I just wanted to point that out.
10.5 is like one of those ranges where, you know, some people can handle it, but I think you really do start to get people capped at this BPM, especially since most of the high AR plays are usually done with hidden and solo, and 10.3 has kind of been like the ceiling for the past couple of years. So we've seen 10.5 come into tournaments like you know, Corsace and Perennial, whatnot, but they've never been popular, right?
Yeah.
So they don't often actually get played. So maybe we'll the same effect will happen here.
Wizard's Tower? It doesn't that map spike so hard? Why would you use Wizard's Tower in a pool? That like spikes way too hard. I don't know why I'm interacting with chat. I probably people on the YouTube bot are gonna be like, "What's going on here?" By the way, hello in advance if you're watching this through YouTube. You know, honestly, like, Battle Diamond should have gotten a PP play on this and used that as the replay instead, like with Score V1 as well.
So true. Yeah, so, do you think people are gonna get slow slidered on this one? I feel like we've been seeing this map in tournaments for years now, and that's a real honest question to ask, because it doesn't matter how many people play this map, like, I feel like you're always gonna see someone get slow slided.
I want to see it so bad, like, actually so bad.
I am still remembering when this is like a tiebreaker in a 5-digit tournament for our boy Cindere. I still remember that. That was tragic. That slow slider lives on with me. Woo!
I feel so weird saying this, but like this unironically would be like a one miss battle or like even an act battle with these last 3 players. Like holy crap! I guess we needed to keep that tradition on. Anyways, DT2. Oh, okay. You guys are okay. I want you to like guess who the mapper is, because you'll never guess who the mapper is. Like no one in their right mind will ever know. Like I bet some of these people were like born after this person was mapping. Yeah, that's right. Let's go. It's YGO Kid 8. Does anyone remember that name? There's no way anyone remembers that name.
Hey, I remember that name.
Okay, you do. That's true.
Yeah, so this guy came out of the woodworks again. So
it was a pretty funny story. I'm pretty sure Chemo, who's like, you know, obviously one of our head staff members, bless his soul. Thank him so much for helping with this, like everything, by the way, logistics wise, and some mapping as well. But like, he found YGO Kid in like some server relating to some other game or like anime or something like that. I forgot what exactly it was, but essentially YG was just in some other server, and like he was like, oh, by the way, I used to be an Osu BN, and then he was like, oh, you want to help with Corsace? So yeah, he's been mapping this song, and also even helping us with he's actually even been helping us with some of the like giving us feedback on things like graphic design and stuff. So it's really good to have him here. But yeah, Wogaki Band, Nosho Sakura, It's a Girl, cover of an iconic Vocaloid song, stream map, finger control as well.
Yeah, so pretty, honestly, kind of low on the BPM side, but more than compensated with the flowing requirements and the finger control. And as far as the song, you guys have all heard this before, right? So at least the Vocaloid cover was mapped. The Vocaloid version was mapped by Natsume Rin, iconic alt map type thing, a long time. And so this is, you know, Wogaki Band cover. We'll see this.
Wholesome mapper.
Yeah, and in case you didn't catch this, this is strikingly similar to Seikisho Bakuretsu Boy, and that's because this is the original.
Yep.
That song is based off of this.
But it's a cover.
Yeah. That song, by the way, is based off quarterfinals No Mod 3. So just
yeah, and I'm sure everyone in the chat remembers the iconic mapper underscore LRJ underscore. Or whatever the underscore.
I was talking about Exaptus's map, man. Come on, what, bro? Even you forgot. All right, come on. We just gotta get onto this. This guy is getting dementia. We gotta keep going on this pool. Like, come on.
Do you remember people? Oh yeah, okay. Here's another throwback, by the way. We got Terminal, mapped by Forever Ends, if anyone remembers that. No, Nold is not the mapper of this difficulty. It's Forever Ends. Yeah, this is like 200 and what, 80 something BPM. Wait, no, 277. No, 278, yeah.
Okay,
Terminal
277.5. But like, alright, 278. This is 278. Like, let's be real. Yeah, so last week was actually we stepped down in speed last week, and this week we are stepping it quite back up. 18 BPM higher. This thing is fast, right? It is just got bursts like everywhere. This map just goes at light speed. Also 10.3. So very high AR dominant pool already.
Also, yeah, there is definitely a finger control bias in this pool. I will say that, and it is true that I remember last week we did use a finger control bias DT3 as well. But hey, whatever. What happens, happens, right?
Yeah, this one is a little bit easier in that it's. I don't think it has anywhere near the flowing that the last one had.
Yeah. But anyway, dude, the top diff of this map is just so ahead of its time.
Yeah, imagine if we just wait until we can put that one in the
No. No. Anyways, talking about his way to ban DT2 and DT3.
So
The
now we're
greatest
getting
combination.
maps that just go by so quick, don't we? Woo.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's just get on to the DT4, shall we?
Yep. I mean, what else did you expect other than Yaspo? This is a Corsace map, right? We're just using it for DT instead of friggin' whatever it was before, right?
Yes. This is another throwback to Corsace 2020, where this is the no mod 4, I believe. But basically, it was the alt map for that round, and coolers were looking for picks, and like, why don't you guys use an alt map with an AR edit? So that's exactly what we have here. Speed up difficulty, AR9 edit of the original Corsace alt map. So.
Yep. Anyways, yeah, it is true. It does seem to have a lot of finger control in this one as well. But yes, flow aim as well. Mostly flow aim, really. Shout out to Moe Shop, really good producer as well. Pretty sure they're French, so to all you French people in the chat, you have a legend among you. I believe Hentai Dude is not from France though, and I'm not gonna say anything more than that because I don't want the stream to get
Yeah, it's okay. No one can hear anything because it's just double time and we're speaking over it, right? So.
Song is loud.
But yeah, this is, everything you've come to expect out of a DT4, high AR, kind of alt-ish on BPMs that you can kind of tap, so. A lot of aim control, some degrees of reading, DT mains will have a fun time on this one.
Yep. Not super long of a map either, so it's pretty nice. Yeah. I just woke up from a coma. Half. Do you remember that hype No Mod 4 that we saw earlier?
No.
What do you mean, man? There's no way you guys didn't show that off yet, right?
Hey, I thought you mistyped, man. Or you forgot it in the pool or something, right?
Someone must have hit me upside the head. Fine, we'll just do it again then. No Mod 4 time! Warning! Custom song. That's right. Custom song time.
We're gonna be shutting up. Poggers.
That was a map of all time. Anyway, yeah, there was a lot to unpack there. Yeah, so first of all, Kutatsuki, or however you pronounce that, making a Camellia style 200 step song. Thank you to them and also to Kara for letting us know that that song was available, because that song had actually been made for a while now but didn't find a good way to release it. So he decided to revive Winber 1 from the grave and make a banger map for it.
Yeah, and map kind of explains itself. It's a bit long, but it kind of features every element of tech. It's got the slider aim, it's got the cut streams, it's got the, it's even got that like sick 1/3 breakdown. Like, woo, there is some stuff going on.
Did I pronounce it wrong? I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, really cool map. Sliders, streams. It's got everything you want in a No Mod 4. It's even got like that BPM slowdown part where it slows down to 150 and becomes like an alt map for like a short amount of time, but it really adds to the flavor. Reminded me of Nacreous Snowmelt, kind of that kind of thing.
Yeah,
awesome track.
And for those of you watching along, watching live, check out the song's details with the no mod 4 command, NM4. So
yep. !NM4. You can access that YouTube and SoundCloud all the time, and please listen to their other music as well. You will not regret it. It doesn't. It does say Tiebreaker on YouTube. That is wrong. It is only a No Mod 4, but I really hope it gets picked. Please do, and I think it's likely that it will. To be honest, at least once.
Yeah.
We do not have a fancy animation ready to showcase off the tiebreak, the final ultimate tiebreaker of Corsace Closed 2022, the hardest map in the tournament. No fancy graphic for this time, but I'll let you say the rest, Halfty.
Oh man, talk about my own map again? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. So this has been hiding. So yeah, Toho Metal Tiebreaker. It's kind of what you would expect from a tiebreaker, except not really. So this map kind of features a lot more of the, a lot less of a focus on like fast tech and more of a focus on everything. Pretty much, it's kind of like the anti-skill tiebreaker in the sense of you have streams, except there's things that screw over the stream players. You have aim, except there's tapping that screws over the aim players. And, you can follow this along, right? Like, this is kind of, this is where players go to meet their match, in my opinion. So, I'm not going to keep aggrandizing my map here. Let you talk about this one, Legless.
Maybe you should aggrandize your own map. Anyways, yeah, it's surprisingly a shorter song, by the way. Yes, it is not even 5 minutes, which really sucks, but, I mean, we found the song, we were like, you know what, might as well do it. But yes, you can see that there is definitely kind of a bias towards streams in this one. Oh yeah, 1-3 section. No UNO remix is complete without addressing the 1-3 section. Probably one of the most iconic progressions in all of Toho, or all of video games in general, kind of. I don't know. Oh, cannot get speed ranked? Oh. We have some information for you that this map set has come pre-made with 2 other difficulties as well, so you can play this map if you want, made by Errol and Consumer of Bean. I don't know if we have BNs ready to nominate this or like qualify this, but you can play those lower difficulties for yourself if you'd like.
Yes, yeah, this is a OSU friendly beat map, fun for the whole family, right? So you have the difficulty for all the chatters in the audience, something a little harder, and then death, right? I mean, that's all you really need of the map set, right?
Yep. There's actually quite a lot of 1-3 in this map, by the way. It's kind of like that Mazarin TV from Open last year. Well, that one had like much bigger spacing with it. And yeah, look at these jank spacings. You're gonna need your aim control for that one.
Yeah, pretty much.
That slider's a meme. Bit of an inside joke.
There are some inside jokes in this map. So
this is more friendly than last year for sure. Yeah, I agree, but I think that was the intention. The intention was that this year would be a little bit more friendly than last year. Although Some maps such as the
stay that
Nomad
for
one.
this section.
Oh yeah, speed up by the way. This map is now all of a sudden, what is this, 280?
270.
270? Yeah, so it's a speed map all of a sudden. Although not really, because most of the streams are 1.3.
Yeah,
180
it's just-
BPM.
It just got some messed up. It's fine. There's some speed, but
Pretty sick guitar solo. Oh god, it pulled the violation. Yeah. Any people like the small spacing 32 note stream? I'm sure a certain player from last year playing Nomad 2 would have liked that.
so true.
Anybody else remember that moment?
That was you're talking about Rego's map, right?
No, I'm talking about the close moment from last year when Rego was winning and then Stamina Stream at the very end of the map just missed the entire thing because overtap or something.
Oh no! I don't remember that. So.
That was just an unfortunate moment. I mean, Rego was a great player, so but like that was just an unfortunate moment. Anyways. So, yeah, we're coming up to the last sort of part of this map where it gets really, really intense. Some crazy spacing up here.
All PP in one stream, you know how it goes.
This last part might be the most troll face ending ever. It's got big Tengaku energy. Just when you think it's over, no, there's more drums. Doesn't really seem to end, and finally, there we go.
There we go.
Dragon Force style ending, I guess.
So true.
So true. But honestly, I like it when like the tiebreaker is not super ultimate brutal, because if we get to see a tiebreaker, what if someone, just pulls out an FC? What if someone grabs, like 800k or something like that? But yeah.
True.
I'm sure you felt very, very good about that one. I believe, are we going to be going through the matchups? There are only a couple of them, but I believe that, yes. But to conclude the Mappool showcase, and if we have that next, I still just want to say, thank you to everyone who worked on this stuff. Mappers, that one music producer who made a song for this, and also the people who coordinated it along with us, especially Chemo Chip and Alex Dark 69 and Deca, because they definitely poured a lot of effort into doing this, and K2 for making graphics. It was very nice seeing a style of graphics that was distinct from Corsace Open, while still keeping it very Corsace brand, and especially also to Vinxis and the streamer, and as well as the other commentators. I think we might have one of them come in a bit, but anything else you want to say, Haffy?
Yeah, I also want to give the shout out to our test players and replayers. They really stepped up and had to, put their they had to grit their teeth to play some of these maps. And they certainly stepped up to that. So thanks for that. And if you're curious about any other Corsace content, check out the YouTube channel. All of the winners finals matches are up. So you should be able to watch the VODs with music. So. I think that's it, and now I think we hand it off to Dio for the matchups.
No, we need to stall, bro.
Wait,
no,
what?
We are waiting on stats. Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please pay attention to the Discord chat. Anyways.
Well, but Dio's gonna be here anyway, right? It's fine, right?
It's okay, guys. We're in the ad break anyway right now, so it's all right. We'll be okay to stall for a little bit here as we talk about our next couple matchups here. We are in grand finals. There are 2 matches left. It's just losers bracket grands and then the grand finals themselves. So before we get the stats and before we get everything fully out here for everyone to see, why don't we talk about the bracket run that these players have had so far, because it has been pretty interesting to watch so far. especially since all three of these players have already faced off against each other. So we'll go ahead and start there, and then we'll get into some of the player statistics later on. Of course, Zoodinator in the winner's bracket was the first seed out of qualifiers and is the only player left in winner's bracket at the end of it. So the qualifiers results in this case actually doing some heavy lifting here, with Zoody taking out Taquito, Reedcat, Arnold, and Matthew all in the winner's bracket. Interestingly enough, she dropped points in every single match that she played. Dropped 3 points against Taquito, 3 points against Reedcat, 3 points against Arnold, and 5 points against Matthew in the winners finals this past weekend. So it has been not the easiest road for her to get to the grand finals in winners bracket, but still a successful run through the winners bracket for Zoody. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, of course, Matthew making a run through the winners bracket up until the winners finals, where he did lose to Zoody in that 7-5 bout earlier today. But before that, taking out Bartek, Intercambing, and Matthew. Intercambing and Matthew Intercambing and Utami both taking Matthew to tiebreaker in the winners bracket, but ultimately Matthew coming out on top in both the quarterfinals and semifinals matches against Intercambing and Utami. So Utami has actually played already against Matthew. Matthew has played against both players that are left up, and Zoodinator has played against Matthew in particular. So it's going to be interesting to see. Utami, of course, did have to go through that losers bracket, won against Sigi and Emrek in the winners bracket before losing to Matthew in the winners bracket semifinals last weekend in tiebreaker, and then took out both Malashevsky and Arnold this weekend. So we'll be able to talk a bit about the hopefully about some of the scores that these players have had and how that's impacted them overall. Looking to maybe get some of those stats. I don't know exactly where we are with them, but I will just keep going and keep talking about at least the losers grand finals matchup in general. So let's go ahead and talk just about Matthew versus Utami. Utami, of course, had to play 2 matches, played against both Arnold and Malashevsky, and had honestly a pretty good time against both of those players. Utami versus Malashevsky, Utami really showed up, dropped a lot of really, really solid scores, 970k on Nomad 2, 970k on Hard Rock 4, almost 1.2 million on DT1, and had several other maps where he was at that 750k, 800k mark. The only standout maps that he had kind of a rough time on, and the picks that he lost, in fact, were Nomad 1, Hidden 1, and Double Time 4. Every other pick he had just really, really solid scores in general. And so looked very, very solid in all of those maps. With that, also had a matchup versus Arnold that was more, I think, right around average scores for a lot of players. Best score during that matchup was his score on Hidden 1 with an 800k score, and worst score was 550k on Nomad 5. So very, very close to that 600, 700k average for Utami during the matchup versus Arnold, which is also really hard to beat in its own right. Rather than showing off how close you can get to full combo every time, just full combo through 3/4 of the map every time, and you are pretty much bound to win anyway. As for Matthew in the matchup versus Zoodinator earlier today, Matthew, I think, having a really solid time of particularly the speed maps in this pool, which is kind of indicative of the type of player that Matthew is. I think is going to see bans on the DT2, DT3 against Utami. Utami choosing to ban those 2 maps out against the majority of other players who like to play speed. That's the strategy for him against Arnold, and was the strategy against other speed players. So with that, now that we are, I think, fully ready to go, we can go ahead and switch over to talking about how these 2 players stack up against each other on some of the particular maps in this pool and how their particular stats match up against each other. So let's switch over to our losers bracket finals matchup and continue to talk about Matthew versus Utami and what we expect from that matchup. They're there. They're there. I don't see them animating, but they are there. We're going to continue to talk about the maps a little bit while we, there we go, get all of our stats pulled up for everybody. Of course, Matthew's stats going down a little bit as of the end of the finals weekend, dropping due to the loss against Zoodinator, and Utami just having a really solid weekend overall. It's kind of an understatement, just performed like a beast on most of the maps in these pools, so it does make sense to see those stats go up. But yeah, you can sort of take a look at both of these players and see really where they have tended to shine throughout the tournament. Both of them performing very, very well on speed and stamina, but Matthew having a much better time on actually aim maps as well as precision and finger control. I think in the finals weekend, Matthew had a lot more trouble with aim in general, dropping the 400k on Nomad 1, dropping the 400k on Hidden 1, but still having a great time on the Hard Rock aim map, for example, and the Double Time aim map. So expecting Matthew to either pick into those or at least leave them up, not necessarily needing to place bans there. And I think probably placing bans on things like the Hidden 2 against Utami and probably something like the Nomad 6. The score that Utami had on Nomad 6 this weekend for finger control was absolutely bonkers. 658k against Arnold, far surpassing either of the scores set by Zudi and Matthew. Matthew having a 235,000 score on that Nomad 6 today. So not having the best of times with that map in particular, and I think we'll definitely want to, if not looking into banning the Nomad 6 for this weekend, at least picking around it or practicing it and putting in the time to get really good at that sort of pick. There are a lot of other maps in this pool, however, that I think Matthew will have very good times on. I think a lot of the Hard Rocks, the Hard Rock 1 and the Hard Rock 4, where their scores were relatively competitive with each other, same for the DT1 and with the Nomad 5, I think are going to be pretty frequent picks for Matthew. Utami in general, though, has had a very good time against other speed players, I think largely due to how well-rounded he is and how well his skill cap extends into the highest echelons of tournament play on a lot of other skill sets. Things like the aim, like the tech, like the reading are all still things that Utami is really, really strong on. And looking at the scores on the maps that they both played, you can see a lot of scores where Utami has an advantage from finals. So I think the game plan for Matthew has to be to put in that extra practice and make sure that he is really solid on this type of map pool, because as good as this DT2 and DT3 are for him, I think Utami is just going to ban them similarly to what happened versus Arnold, and leave Utami without, or excuse me, leave Matthew without as many speed picks as there usually would be in a map pool like this Grand Finals. I think it's going to be an interesting losers bracket finals match between these two, given how similar their skill sets are, given how similarly they've played throughout the last few weeks, and how deep both of them have made their winners bracket runs, quite literally only dropping out to each other and to the player in Grand Finals, in the winners Grand Finals slot. So very, very interesting to see exactly how that matchup is going to play out. Really looking forward to seeing what Matthew can bring to the table and whether Utami can keep alive the streak that he made for himself in the finals weekend here, just blowing through both Ristel and Arnold this past weekend. With that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about our Grand Finals matchup. In the Winners Grand Finals, we will have Zoodinator, and she will be facing off against the winner of this matchup here between Matthew and Utami. Zoodinator versus Matthew is a repeat of this weekend. Obviously, if you're looking just at the scores in this past winners finals, you're going to favor Zoodinator, as she did come out on top, won that matchup 7-5, but it was still a very close matchup. There were several picks that were very lopsided towards Matthew, and there were some picks that were lopsided towards Zoodi as well. Obviously, the main draw for Zoodinator is going to be her ability on aim, on tech, on things like precision as well, as she has had a very, very solid time going through almost all of the aim maps in all of these map pools and should be able to put up really dominant scores on especially the hard rock maps. I think had, generally speaking, the best hard rock performance of any player, and that is really saying something given the fact that Utami's average score on this hard rock pool in finals weekend was around 800,000 score. Zudinator with a 1 million score on hard rock 2, a 940k on hard rock 1, and a 770k on hard rock 3. Already a very good ult player for Zudinator, so I don't think too out of the question that she could have put up a very solid score on that hard rock 3 as well against Matthew this weekend, but didn't end up needing to, as she did take it home that 7-5 score line. There's a lot of maps in this pool, however, that I think are going to be really interesting to see. Things like the Hidden 2, that grid snap map that we have in Hidden, I think is going to be really interesting for a player like Zudinator in particular to go through, given that she has a lot of skill in that type of map overall. I think maybe a reason that it gets left up against her other opponent, which we'll talk about soon. But against Matthew in particular, I don't think Matthew gets to play Double Time 2 or Double Time 3 this weekend, because with how good both of those maps are for him, they are definitely getting banned out, whether he's against Utami or Zudinator. And I think that leaves open the rest of the pool, things like the Double Time 4 for Matthew to pick into Zudinator if he does get to that grand finals against her. It leaves up things like the Nomad 2, the Nomad 5. It leaves up potentially things like the Speed Tech Hidden once again in Hidden 3. And he's going to have to kind of get creative with some of those picks against Zudinator, as a lot of the other aim maps that are left up, whether Matthew chooses to ban Nomad 1, Hidden 1, or Hard Rock 1, one of those aim maps is getting played for sure, and they are... Zudi's going to be able to, I think, take advantage of that raw aim skill that she has alongside the aim control that she has and her ability on tech maps against Matthew overall. So again, an interesting matchup that we might get. The other matchup that we might get in the grand finals is Zudi versus Utami. This is a matchup where these two players actually have somewhat of a history with each other. Two North American players and the two best players in their respective countries as well. Formerly faced off in the North America Tournament 2021 in the grand finals of that tournament. And it actually ended up being a victory for Utami in bracket reset against Zudinator. So this is a matchup where these two players have been going head-to-head for quite some time, for the better part of a year, have already faced off against each other 1v1 several times, and so we'll know the matchup fairly closely. And I think, much like with Zudinator versus Matthew, there's going to be somewhat of a binary pick-ban situation between these two players, as Zudinator really does not have the speed or stamina stats to compete with these two on the grand finals level pool. Is going to be banning out, the Nomad 2, Nomad 5, DT2, DT3, any of those four picks. Two of them are going to be banned against Utami here from Zudinator, but that means that Zudi does have other skills that she can look to. Again, similarly to what she would probably look to abuse against Matthew, going to be looking into the aim maps, into the tech maps, into the alt maps in this pool, and very likely into the hard rock pool as well. With how well she has been performing on that mod recently, I think the hard rock 1, the hard rock 2, either banned out by Utami or picked by Zudinator during this matchup, as those are the two maps where, comparing the scores that they had during the finals weekend, Zudinator really having the best performance on that mod overall, and having the biggest score difference on those maps head-to-head overall as well. Through the rest of the pool, looking to picks like the Hidden 1, like the Nomad 1, like the Nomad 3 and Nomad 4. If we do see those get picked at all, I think they probably get picked by Zudinator. And then by something like the DT4 as well, a pick that Zudi and Utami both had similar times with this past weekend. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two stack up against each other. I think that with the score that Utami had on this past weekend's Nomad 6, you're kind of looking to him to bump that finger control stat up further in the coming weekend on other maps in this pool, and to continue to go in on a lot of the sort of speedier maps in this pool, and potentially abuse something like a Hidden 3 against Zudinator, much the same as Matthew did this past weekend.